Danny Jones with a twinkle and a smile, crafting dreams together in a homemade style. Tinsel on the table and the lights aglow. Let's make magic happen in the fall and snow. Deck the halls with glitter and blue. Make joy with a touch.
Hello and welcome to my channel, Crafting with me and Danny Jones, and welcome to Christmaspalooza Christmas in July. Myself, together with many of my crafty YouTube friends, came together to celebrate and share some inspirations for Christmas in July. So let's see what I came up with. Oh, and I also have a little field trip at the end of this video. For this first project, I decided to create a different type of wreath. I love wreaths. I should make more wreaths. The only problem is I don't know where to put them away each year. So this was a grapevine wreath that I had in my stash, and I just went outside and painted it white. Don't go out and buy anything new if you already have it. That's my motto. So I decided to paint it white, and then I wired some styrofoam to the bottom of it. And now I'm just adding some greenery. So this is a great time to take advantage of any of the stuff that you have in your stash that looks a little bit worn out or maybe faded. So these were faded pine branches that I had in my stash, and all I did was I actually added a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of white paint to just utilize them because they were faded. I thought they would be perfect for this wreath. Now for this wreath, I'm going to look and focus on the colors like light pink, baby pink, champagne pink, and silver. So those are going to be the main colors for this wreath. Now I'm taking advantage of some pink Christmas trees that I've had in my stash. They were falling apart and perfect. That's exactly what I needed, was to have these branches so that I can incorporate them. Now, this was one of those projects where I started and I'm like, oh, this is not looking good, but you have to trust the process because eventually it just all fills out and comes together, such as having my little cat, Luna, join us as she became the centerpiece as I created my wreath. But Luna is a pretty well-behaved little kitty cat, so I allowed her to sit around, and she even checked out all of the items that I'm planning on using on this wreath. Now, even when you have like broken ornaments, the best way you can use them is on a wreath that you're only going to see one side of it. So here I'm going to include that broken ornament that you saw, and it's a beautiful ornament. And what I did was I stuffed a little piece of styrofoam in there so that it wouldn't like break down anymore, and so it'll keep together, and that way I can add it easily to my wreath. Again, during Christmas in July, it's so much fun to get all of those ornaments that you have that are worn out, or maybe you're thinking of getting rid of them, but then you find a different way to use them. Maybe the tops have fallen off. Maybe they're cracked a little bit, like the one that I just showed you. Maybe you just don't use this color motif anymore. It doesn't mean that you can't use it in some way. Remember, the lower amount or the less that you put into the garbage, the better it is for the environment, and the less you'll spend if you take advantage of what you already have. I think it's very important, especially as prices continue to increase, that we find ways, very clever ways, to not only save the environment but save some money, because as crafters it's always fun to be able to create something new, especially if we can recreate something we already have. Many of these items were already on a previous wreath, but because it was outside, some of the items or some of the ornaments got faded. So now I'm just turning them around and eliminating the faded side and using the more brightly colored side of these ornaments. In the springtime, I also collected other little Christmas trees, differently colored Christmas trees. There were white ones, and there were also ones that had all of those, like the clear colors or the Aurora Borealis colors. I really, really like them. And they're so easy to incorporate into any and all decor. So I have a couple of those trees, so you might see them again, or you might see these little branches again in another video. But as I'm putting together my wreath, it's always nice to pull it up to see what it'll look like as it's hanging up on a wall. Continue adding all of the ornaments that you'd like to add, and you can make it a multicolored ornament wreath, or you can just choose one particular color, but whatever it is that you want to do, it's so much fun to be able to just recreate with what you already have. Now again, you know, I have a lovely collection of these Christmas trees, these bottle brush trees. So I thought that would look really nice as the center of this wreath. I thought in the future I might want to reuse this again and actually have a little village if I have time. And we have enough time between now and Christmas that if I do create little houses, I would add them to this wreath and add them as a little village. So I might reuse this wreath and just repurpose it with little houses instead of just the trees. Now, as with any craft, you can add whatever you'd like. Here I'm adding some crystals, I'm adding some icicles, I might add some pearls later, and who knows, I might even add a bow at the very top. But for right now, I think the color combination came out beautiful, and I actually like the way I've included some of these pale pink roses. I really love the way this turned out, and this might just be the wreath that I hang on my door, my bedroom door, or somewhere else in the house. It's too pretty to be out on the front door. I don't want it to get all faded once again. So please enjoy creating your own wreath with what you have around the house. Now, sometimes we have some scraps of paper that aren't big enough for a big project, but instead I decided to use this I guess it's a canvas. It's 11 by 16 canvas, and I didn't have a frame, but I did have some rice paper with a Christmas motif, a very vintagey Christmas motif, and I decided to use this as a backdrop. So here I'm mixing two different types of scrapbook paper, and that will be the backdrop to my main image, which is an 8 by 10, 8 by 11 image. But now, because I have this backdrop, I can just add the 8 by 10 image here and not have to worry about a frame per se. Now, because I'm being thrifty, I decided to cut out the center pieces of this frame that I'm creating, simply because it's always helpful to have little scraps of paper, because that way I don't have to buy some more paper, and I'm just trying to be very efficient with my craft supplies. I know I have a huge stash, but even so, I'm still very economical when it comes to the use of my craft stash. It's always fun to use my craft stash. Now I'm just using some Mod Podge or the decoupage medium of your choice, and just adding it to this 11 by 16 canvas, which I did get at Dollar Tree. Now I have all the pieces of paper in place, and what I did was I added the Mod Podge first, let it dry a little, and now I've added the pieces of paper in the arrangement that I'd like it to be, and I'm going to use my little iron to heat up that Mod Podge so that I can make sure I have a wrinkle-free project. If you've never tried this, please go ahead and try it out just one time and you will love it. So with this method, what I'm doing is I'm reactivating the dried out glue, or the dry glue underneath, and I'm also eliminating any kind of wrinkles for this part of the project. I am going to do the same technique for the main rice paper decor that's going to appear in the middle. To cover up the seams in between the different types of paper, I'm just using some scrap red ribbon. I don't have a lot of this ribbon. I wish I did. I should have made an attempt to find more ribbon, but you know what? I am trying to economize, as I've mentioned before. So I'm just using this ribbon that was in my stash that wasn't big enough to do anything else. And once again, I just used a little bit of Mod Podge and I'm ironing it in place. I'm also going to glue the backside so that it covers the sides as well, so it'll look like a wrapped box top. Once again, using my Mod Podge, I placed it on this cardboard piece that I just had in my stash. It was going to be garbage. I dried it a little bit just so that I can add this Merry Christmas rice paper decoration. It's so pretty. Now, I thought I could cover all of it, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to trim some of it off. Once I've trimmed it to the size of the cardboard, now I'm just going to iron on my rice paper. I might have to do a little more trim on the cardboard, but it's okay. Everything will work out just fine. And once I have it ironed on, you can see how beautiful the design is. Now, I'm just going to trim it and prepare it to add it to my canvas frame. And here it is. Look at how nice it's going to look. I love the combination of the decor with the mail and those stripes, and of course the music in the background. I think this all fits in for a very nice vintage Christmas decor item, and especially for the walls. It's always nice to have extra wall decor during the holiday season to make the house really look special. And there you have it. A Merry Christmas sign. I'm going to add a little bow because I didn't have a lot of the ribbon left over, and some greenery just to tie it in all together. And I think the end result is really, really sweet. What do you think? I really enjoyed making this one. Now I'm going to take you on a short little field trip to a place called the Christmas Palace. The Christmas Palace is located in a town we call Hialeah here in Miami. It's a sub town, I guess, of Miami. And it is just a beautiful, beautiful Christmas showroom. This is where all the decorators, designers come to get everything they need to make a beautiful Christmas decor in any home. Now, it's interesting because what they do is, and now here's the village section, they do provide complete decorative trees or decorated trees. You can purchase the tree in its completion with all the ornaments, and they'll come, they'll bring you the tree, they'll bring all the ornaments and set it up for you. Now, I don't know if it's on a rental basis or a straight purchase basis. I would assume it's a purchase basis, but either way, what a wonderful way for, companies and executives or what have you to pick out a tree. Now, personally, I prefer to decorate my own tree. Call me old-fashioned, that's just me. But I understand there are a lot of people that are just, and they just don't have the designing eye. See, there's one tree that's already been sold. Look at this beautiful carriage. So many things. The largest David Christopher's collection I've ever seen is right next to this lovely golden tree. Just so many different themes, so many ideas, and so much to see at the Christmas Palace. I really had a lot of fun. Myself and my friend and coworker Giselle came with me, and we really enjoyed us at this place. It's like feeling like a kid again. So I'm just going to put some nice soft music so you can enjoy the rest of this little trip and see if there's anything you really like or that you'd never seen before and you wish you can get a hold of these items. I think they do ship nationwide. So if there is something, maybe you should check out their website. Thank you again to all my friends who joined me on this Christmas palooza. I really truly appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your beautiful talents and inspiration with all of us here today. Thanks again for stopping by, and if you enjoyed this, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure, and I'll see you again very soon.